This episode is proudly sponsored by Youthfully. Ever feel like the world's got a million problems and no one your age seems to care? Wish there was a place where you could make a real difference side by side with other passionate young people. Well, there is. Youthfully, a youth organization right here in River State, and the sponsor of this podcast today is in Nigeria and is on a mission to tackle the world's toughest challenge, from climate change to social justice. But here's the thing, we can't do it without you. At Youthfully, inclusivity is our middle name. No matter your background, your belief, or your interest, there's a place for you at our table. We're all about ending youth disengagement, and that means creating a space where everyone feels heard, valued, and empowered to make change. So are you ready to step up, be heard, and make a real impact? Youthfully is looking for passionate young minds just like yours. Join our movement and be a part of the solution. Shoot us an email at fellowteenagers@gmail.com, and together let's change the world. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's Ryan, and what am I going to be talking about today? I'm going to be talking about social media. SM. What does Ryan think about social media? I think social media is a beautiful place. I mean, we get to see pictures, we get to see people, we get to see so many people living their lives, and that is so amazing. But what do we have to say? And everybody knows that more than half of what is on social media isn't really life. For me, I feel like there's two ways to make use of your time online: social networking, digital networking. We're in the era where white-collar jobs has faded out, and it's more about screen time instead of a good hard copy book and paper, you know? And it's really fascinating to be able to be in such an era. I mean, back then, during my mother's prime, that generation, the millennials, medicine and law and engineering was the primary vocations, and it was so good and was so interesting, and they were the most courses that gave financial generations at that time. But now we see influencers, digital creators, skit makers, coders, forex traders, YouTubers, and so on and so forth, coaches, and this is so good, writers, public speakers. Wow, when I just think about it, even the online novels I read, the fantasy romance I read, people get paid for them. And when I just think about all these as vocations, I'm just like, wow, so many things happen in the pace of 30 years, so much transition. And yeah, it's good transition, because who doesn't like a good transition? It is a good transition, but we also have to realize that this transition isn't going to stop, because just the way it was transitioning before, it will continue to transition. So if you do not decide to help yourself, no one will help you. I see social media networking as rubbish, to be honest, because sometimes our feeds show us things that are just non-entity and babash. Babash is how I say rubbish. And what I mean by rubbish is because when you go on Instagram, you see a lot of things we're taking Instagram for example now. You see a lot of things on the feed. For instance, an influencer talking about shaving cream. What can shaving cream do to your life? Like, how is he benefiting let me use myself. How is he benefiting a 16-year-old student? No, it's not. So I just there's so many things on social media that I just feel is unimportant. And I know some people are gonna lash at me and say that it's what you follow that is going to follow you. Like it's what you follow or subscribe to on these medias that will appear on your feeds. I understand that. But let's take a hint. When you first download, let's say Instagram, because I'm an IG girl, so I've been using IG as examples, to the TikTokers and to the YouTubers and to the Snapchatters, please, no, there's no level of marginality. I'm just trying to pass a point. If you download Instagram, the first time you want to register, read the the terms and conditions, eventually pick a sassy username for yourself and enter into that community, right? Now, you don't have as many followers. So who are the people appearing on your feed? What the feed wants you to see? So for me, I think the feed wants you to see what it wants you to see. That is why, in as much as 85% of what is shown on our feed is the people we follow, we should still try our best to use social media to not only monetize, but think about other things. For instance, everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants to be an influencer. Like, influencing. This influencing, it's good though, because if you even give me that opportunity, I would love you. Like, who doesn't want to be an influencer? But you have to think about certain things, Jerry. Things like, the transition I mentioned earlier. There's going to be a transition, and if you rely and think, I'm going to be an influencer, what happens when we transition from this era into a more advanced era? You'll be, let's say, out of business now. So don't just apply for verification and say, that's going to be the start of my career. No. Have a skill, focus on schoolwork as well, get a professional skill, because you never know what happens. Social media is a beautiful place, and when I go to YouTube, I see people talking about politics, finance, economics, productivity, academics, and I feel so glad because these are people using the public space for positivity, and I feel that positivity, and I don't know for you, but I don't like being around things that only distract me and later give me negative concepts. So as much as you can, Rhian tells you to I'm not a dictator, I'm just trying to explain. Rhian tells you to just vibe with good things, and that is it. Social media is amazing, to be honest, guys. It's awesome because even me myself, I'm a digital creator. So if I wasn't a digital creator, you wouldn't be watching this. You wouldn't be listening to this. Sorry, I think I'm mistaking myself as if I'm on YouTube. You won't be listening to this. That's why I said it's important and it's lovely, because this is also a social media platform enabling me to communicate to you on a public space. So with the networking of different systems, that's how you're able to access this algorithm now. So this is also social media, but I'm using it now to express my voice and to pass meaning to someone. If this wasn't meaningful, you would not be listening to this with keen interest and following continuously. So what does Rhian have to say about social media? I have to say, keep up with the transition. Pursuing a career in social media is amazing, but keeping up with the transition is what every person should put in mind, because right now the doctors, the engineers, and the medicine students are just wasting their time, because I am a medicine student, so I should know. For instance, now a YouTuber earns what a doctor earns annually in 2 videos. Imagine that I spent how many years in school, and a 16-year-old in his basement gets paid more than me in a day. Because you don't know how many views they will have. Okay, in a week, maybe the views will grow in a week. So in a week, gets paid my salary in a week. So that's just the unfair play. So if you do not want to face that kind of very thick margin when you later advance just gently carry yourself and plan for the transition. That's what Rhian has to say. There's transition with every new era, either for the good or for the bad. So just ready yourself for the good transition and the bad transition. And also Rhian says, do digital networking, not social networking. Social media is not all about social interaction, guys. Sometimes it's also about entering into the digital space and learning about what the digital space can add to your life. So don't go to social media in the context of, oh my god, what is this celebrity doing today? No, just go to social media because you have to be aware of what is around you. By the time you look at it like that, you will not see 70% of the things on your feeds will not be meaningless. And I'm not saying what you have on your feed now is meaningless. I'm just saying this podcast is prioritizing digital networking over social networking. So we have to try our best to know, okay, this is time consuming, this isn't time consuming. In my life, my screen time is like 25% of my day, and that's like Instagram and WhatsApp. I'm not really a TikTok girly. You may not believe this, but I'm not a TikTok girly. Instagram and WhatsApp and Snapchat and YouTube, and then that's just 25% of my day. And then you have the other 25%, which is for like rest and family time and chores, and the other 50% of my day is studying. So I have prioritized myself. It's the same way. What am I trying to get to? I'm trying to say, even in social media activities too, you also have to prioritize. As much as I follow celebrities online, I also follow things that will give me insights on how to cope with my life. Because why not? Like, why not? So that's what I'm bringing to your ear today. It's important to live life and to entertain yourself, yes, because you have a phone. But sometimes, please do not waste our time on the internet. I just come and I view people's status and I'm just like, what the heck? Do these people have work? Don't they have a business to advertise or something? Just find something. There's nothing there to just do something with your life meaningful, and that's called the 3 Ds of life: discipline, decency, and decorum. And this has always been my mantras, the 3 Ds and the 3 Ts, and it's helped me a lot. So just be decent with your media that you're posting, be disciplined with what you are watching, and exercise decorum on your social media practices. So that's what Rhian says. Rhian says, take note of everything and adjust properly, because there's going to be a transitioning era, okay? The irony is tyranny. So learn to leave babash things. That's how I say rubbish. Learn to leave babash things aside, because the Zaduka, that's transition. That's what I mean by transition. The Zaduka, it's on its way. So we should learn to be up to the trends, yes, that's social networking, but as well be up to the task. Not just being up to the trend, but being up to the task. And I don't know if this has charged you, because right now I'm doing this at the night because that's the only free time I have. But I just want to say that I love you and thank you for listening to this podcast, because I know I can talk a lot when I'm in the mood and passionate about something. It's not like talking is a hobby, but I just like doing it when I'm in the mood. So yeah, I think I have said everything I have to say. I don't want to waste your time for that. Let this podcast not pass 15 minutes. Thank you so much for giving me your time, and please continue to follow this channel. Follow, share, and turn on that notification button and play and listen to it. And I love you so much. Oh my god, I love you so much, Rhianitos. I don't know who even formed that name, but thank you so much, Rhianitos. Thank you so much. I love you so much. and I'm going to be posting my social media handles on this page because I have a youth organization, and if you know you're from 14 to 17, openings are opened. Applications are opened. If you know that you are a researcher, PR manager, and you can be an executive assistant from the age of 14 to 17, please DM me on the handles I'll post on this page. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your effort in this podcast. And remember, digital networking, not social networking. Yes, this is Rhian, your host, your girly, your speaker, your coach, signing out. Toodles. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. My name is Rhian and this is Rhian's Digital Space, and I am your host. Tech enthusiasts, buckle up because today we are diving headfirst into the exciting and ever-evolving world of the future of modern tech. That's today's headline. Modern tech, modern tech, modern tech. Now, I don't know if many of you know, but I'm a very all-round tech girly. Like tech is what makes the world go, and I'm very interested in it. Even if it costs like a fortune to have the latest and hottest tech is still something that when it is brought to the table, there's many opinions about it. And what makes a good Rhian podcast without something that is opinion generative? So let's get into the glimpse. Imagine a world where artificial intelligence seamlessly integrates into our everyday lives, from personal health care to self-driving cars. Picture powerful brain-computer interfaces, allowing direct thought control of technology. The future of modern tech promises innovations that blurs the lines between science fiction and reality. So you know when we watch those really cool movies, right? Those sci-fi movies, I'm like, oh my god, that's really cool. How is this tech guy able to do that? And you see all these amazing works of technology. With the way our system in science is growing and constantly escalating, there's no delimitation to what AI and everything AI related can do. There is more to the table now. Like, you could just type a word and then an AI generative model would build a website for you. It's that amazing. It's what a wonder of what man can sit and create. Technology is just what man can sit and create to make his life better. So he doesn't have to make much effort or put more stress in what he would normally do. And in this day and age, this Gen Z way, this Gen Z vibe, this Gen Z gen that we are in right now, tech is everything. I mean, tech creators are one of the biggest paid people on the world, in the market space of creators, and it's a topic that everybody wants to be involved in. So just imagine living in a sci-fi movie. Well, my friends, we are heading there because things are going on in the tech world. Things are evolving. Apart from Apple, bringing out Vision Pros, which is, AR and VR technology, and also Meta trying it too. Then we have those Google glasses. Big tech companies are really trying to innovate things that are mind-blowing. From the transparent laptops to the multiple screen interface laptops to the bendable phones. Like, I was on Instagram the other day and I saw a bendable phone piece on a man's hand. He was literally wearing his phone as a watch. I think that was a Samsung prototype. And there is so much more technology is giving to us. So much more. Like, you could be very far and be able to see what is going on inside a building. The zoom capacity of phones like Samsung 24 Ultra or Vivo or Apple or Xiaomi, it's amazing because they are putting up so much work to just make our lives easier. And it's what's the cost, it's what's the expenditure of like buying it, because there's satisfaction in the tech you're going to use. Let's not even talk about the new health ring that's been everywhere. So it measures your heart rate, measures your heartbeat, and who would think it is just a ring? But it is amazing. It's really for like people in Africa. I think that would be a really huge market for places in Africa where we don't really have the laxity of going for checkups. We could just wear that ring and then have the app on our phone and check, okay, this is how many steps I've taken a day, this is my blood pressure, this is my heart rate. And you don't have to see a doctor or meet a nurse to check your BP, because you have it in the comfort of your phone, and maybe even be in your own house, in the comfort of your home, seeing everything going on within you. Can imagine that much of tech. And tech is also making so many waves in drug manufacturing and in medicine itself. AI can be so generative enough to diagnose patients with certain diseases, although it's not that perfect, but we are working on it. The tech moguls are working on it, and the tech is getting better and better and better. Like, how many of us talk to Google Assistant or talk to Siri or talk to Alexa? Times are getting better. Times are also moving fast, so fast that sometimes it feels scary. Now let's talk about hot tech trends. Let's explore some of the hottest trends shaping the future of tech. So the first one is artificial intelligence, which is AI. AI is rapidly advancing, capable of learning, adapting, and even generating creative content. We can expect AI to revolutionize fields like medicine, finance, and transportation. I myself use it. I use it to write my podcast scripts, to write my vlog scripts, to write exposés, to write essays, to writing ideas for my blog. I use it to read as well. I use it to summarize notes. I use it to check my essay, to grade my essay. I use it for so many things, and it's helpful. Instead of those days when we didn't have this thing, I'm like, have to go and meet someone to proofread our work for someone else's opinion. We just have one. It is one click away. Response to our work is one click away. And for creators like us, we need multiple tools around us to be able to guarantee the authenticity and the value and worthiness of our work. So if our work is not cut around from all edges, we are not sure. We are not happy. So AI has been transformative to the creator market, especially like website building, editing videos, creating captions, putting transcripts in videos, creating business ideas, marketing strategies, concepts, so on and so forth. AI has been helpful. The Internet of Things. So everyday objects are becoming connected, creating a vast network of intelligent devices. The IoT promises smarter homes, cities, and industries. The Internet of Things is just basically us applying the internet to connect inanimate and animate objects, living and non-living things. Just like we have Alexa in your house, having a smart home where you can tell Alexa, turn off the lights, and the lights go off. So that's what we mean by Internet of Things. And last, which is a very competitive and, will I say, sparsely defined market: visual reality or virtual reality and augmented reality. Now, VR and AR is something that came up previous, like 7 years back, with the Google glasses or so, but that project didn't work out. But Meta and Apple and other tech mogul companies have been experimenting, and eventually Apple brought out Vision Pro, which is a device where you see the comfort of your environment from the VR goggles, from the goggles, or let's use goggles because glasses is too much of diminishing its properties, from the goggles, and you get to see a whole new world, and there's also AI technology implied into that, so you can imagine where this is going. Imagine just sitting and goggles on and you're picking calls and drafting emails. You're not even having to type or anything. You're just with goggles on and you're like, go to my email, and you go to your email and you're like, your hand is on the air. People looking at you like, is she mad? Is she okay? Hands on the air, but they don't know that you're actually working. It's getting so beautiful, so amazing. Biotechnology. The merging of biology and technology holds immense potential. Imagine gene editing for treating disease or bioprinting organs for transplants. Now, I agree with this. Biology is being revolutionized by technology. There's so many things that AI has brought to the table that we didn't even think of as biologists. It's something proved impossible, but the merging of these two great fields of science has brought up multiple things. AI has had impacts in cancer researches and in special disease researches, and it's only getting better and better. Now, the human element. While technology advances at breakneck speed, it is crucial to remember the human element. These advancements should advance our lives, not replace what makes us human. Ethical considerations and responsible development must be at the forefront. So there's an existential risk of AI being something that we did not intend it to be, being more capacitated than human beings and taking over what we do on a daily basis. So a lot of people and bodies has expressed toning down this AI vibe a little bit so that it does not end up wiping out the use of humans. Because I mean, what you would normally hire a writer to do, you can do with ChatGPT, Gemini, or Bing. It's getting interesting, it's getting better. And according to the latest tech news, Meta is even introducing an AI to all its apps, where you can just see it in the search bar section, and it's coming soon to countries like Nigeria. It's already available in other countries, but it's coming soon to countries like Nigeria. So you see, Meta is also emphasizing AI, and most of the apps we have now, they have AIs. So it is such a thrill. But I think as much as it's a thrill, it's bringing out those little sweats and making them seem, you don't have to do this because I can do this for you. But we forget that those little sweats, those struggles, define us, gives us experiences that makes us who we are. We as a person are a sum total of what we've been through. And that is what human life is. Human life is about hustle, struggle, getting about today's work. And if AI keeps on taking that work away from us, then what are we doing? Because power is defined as the rate at which work is done or energy is used. So true power is the person who does work. And when AI is the one doing the work and consuming the energy, that means they are the ones holding the power, right? So a lot of people have expressed concerns. The future of modern tech isn't without its challenges and issues. Issues like job displacements due to automation. Like I told you, a lot of writers, came up protesting that they should stop using AI for their jobs, and they don't want to be. Writing is a beautiful job, but it is at risk because of AI. I don't see any reason why I should hire or pay a writer $100 to do something I can go to Gemini for free and just copy and paste. So writers were protesting earlier when this thing came out and started this. They noticed it early, and there was a body that started marching. It was like, no, we have to fix this and we cannot be out of job, right? Yet the opportunities are vast. So even if it's giving us data privacy concerns and it's giving us a sense of digital divide, the digital divide is just growing more intense and intense and intense. There are still opportunities. Imagine a future where technology tackles global issues like climate change and poverty. Me myself, I'm using AI set tools to make podcast scripts that create awareness for climate change. So you can imagine AI, imagine technology tackles such issues. What does the future hold? The future of modern tech is uncertain but undeniably exciting. The possibilities are endless, and the choice we make today will shape the world we live in tomorrow. So, what is your choice? Is your choice to be able to live hand in hand with this great technology but not make it replace your work? Or is your choice to be one of those naive people who don't want to make use of the current wave that people are riding on? Or is your choice to be completely replaced in your job by some inanimate computer algorithm driven system? What is your choice? Join the conversation, engage in voice messages. Let me hear your opinions, let me hear your thoughts, leave in comments, and I will see you next time on my next podcast. So, what kind of vision do you envision? What kind of future do you envision? What tech trends are you most excited about or worried about? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and as I said before, let's keep the conversation going about the future of modern tech on Rhian's digital space. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of technology. Mwah. Hey guys, how many of you are writers? How many of you are bookworms and word nerds? How many of you are geeks who just want to be at the back of the class, putting your head in a literary piece all day? Well, if you are, then this is for you. Come and dive headfirst with me with an episode on Rhian's digital space coming very soon, talking about the world of literature, and we're starting with the power of poetry, the most beautiful form of literature, a literal form of expression, and ways in which words come to life in different ways. Now, I don't want to say too much, but very soon and pretty quick, we're going to be analyzing this whole theme and phenomenon, and I cannot wait for you to be with me along this journey as we do one more cover on one of Ryan's favorite subjects. This is Ryan saying stay tuned, stay available, and watch out for episode updates. Hello. Oh my god, it's that time again. It's RDS time, it's Rhian time, it's time for me and you, it's me and you time. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. I am so excited for today's episode, and I'm looking forward to talking to you and doing this. Let's get started. So yo, bookworms and word nerds, welcome back to Rhian's digital space. Today we are straight ahead diving headfirst into the glorious world of literature, but with a special focus on the captivating art form that is poetry. Doesn't the word just make you feel emotional? Buckle up, because we're about to explore the power of poetry, its ability to move us, inspire us, and maybe even confuse us a little, but in a good way. Okay, so today we're just going to be diving into poetry, and I know not like a lot of people are into poetry or appreciate the arts, but trust me, after this, you are going to want to appreciate it, because it's beautiful. Poetry has a way of saying things to you that I feel like even prose and fiction cannot. No, don't get me wrong, I read books, I read all the stuff, but I feel like to drive to a point, to hit a stone at where it's supposed to be, to hit a nail on its head, poetry is the guy for you. Poetry is the man. Poetry is the person to do the job. It's a timeless art form that's always been there, whether you like it or not. One way or the other, you speak You make poems daily, but you just don't know. It's like the OG form of written expression. From ancient epics like Homer's Iliad to modern musings of Rupi Kaur, poetry has been a way for humans to capture emotions, tell stories, and document history. For millennia, it transcends language barriers with culture worldwide cherishing their own poetic traditions. Think about it. Even before the invention of printing press, people were reciting poems around campfires, passing down stories and knowledge through rhythm and rhyme of language. Pretty cool, huh? But poetry isn't just about aesthetics. Research shows it actually has a profound impact on our brains. What? Not only is it this amazing, but it also helps our brains. What else are you looking for? A 2019 study published in Nature Neuroscience, sorry if I stated that wrong. In Nature Neuroscience study on poetry found that reading poetry activates the same parts of the brain associated with empathy and emotional processing. So when you get chills from a particular powerful poem, there's a scientific reason for it. Alright, so poetry is pretty cool. It's historical and it makes your brain do cool things. But what are the real world benefits of engaging with poetry? We have enhanced emotional knowledge. Poetry helps you understand and navigate the complexities of human emotions, both our own and those of others. When you read poetry, for instance, regarding revenge, let's just use revenge, and you just see this poet's positive light on how you can overcome revenge and all those stuff. It just has a way of like getting to your soul, And let's say if you had rage for a particular person before, you just like calm down because you've seen the writer's perspective of what it like could do to you in the long run. Then of course vocabulary boost. Exposure to diverse vocabulary using a creative way can significantly improve your own word power. So in every literary text, there's always new words to see. And me, I love books, so I'm always with a pencil, just getting there. And I have this book that I call Word Bank, and whenever I read and I see new words, I just put them there, and later in my free time, it's just a hobby of mine. I take my dictionary and I start seeing new words and seeing how I can put them into sentences, and by the time they stick with me. And honestly, vocabulary boost is beautiful because it makes you seem more articulate and knowledgeable when you're talking. Of course, you will not be too verbose about it. You'll not be too verbose when you're speaking, but at the same time, you're making sense a little bit with a few words here and there. Then, of course, stress reduction. Studies have shown that reading poetry can lower blood pressure and heart rate, making it a great way to unwind after a long day. Mommies and daddies, are you hearing that? You guys need poetry. You guys need literal text, okay? So you can unwind after a long, stressful day of work, of 9 to 5. You can just take up your shoes on the counter and pick up a poetry book, a poetry collection, an anthology, and just read. Improved communication skills. The act of crafting concise and impactful knowledge can translate beautifully into your everyday communication, both written and verbal. Yes. The more you read more about human beings, the more you know how to deal with them. It's just simple. Then, of course, it sparks creativity. Poetry encourages you to think outside the box, to see the world in a whole new light. Most of the poems I've come across inspired me to draw some of my greatest works, to make some of my greatest songs, to come up with some of my greatest recipes, and some of my greatest art, and even some of my greatest projects. So it really sparks creativity, and this creativity can spill over into other areas of your life. Now, let's be honest, poetry can be a bit intimidating at times because of the dense language. Because some poems, let's go back to the old days, like Shakespeare, they will use complex language, metaphors, and symbolisms that can be challenging for new readers to understand. Then, of course, subjectivity. The beauty of poetry lies in its open-endedness, but that can also be frustrating. There's no often right interpretation, which can leave some readers lost. Like, there could be so many views on what the writer is trying to say. Do you understand? Like, if you're reading a novel now, there's one ending. and the writer has ended it. But poetry, there's so many ways in which you can see it, and there's so many things you can gain and lose from it at the same time. So because of its subjectivity, the extreme subjectivity, it's hard for readers that really autonomize their written texts to pick and understand. Then of course, finding your style with so many types of poetry in the world, and trust me, there are so many types of poetry. Trust me, I've searched from sonnets to haikus, or is it haikus? I think I should comment how it's pronounced. Is it haikus or haikus? No, because I have this literal teacher that pronounces it as haikus, but I say haikus, sorry, haikus. Guys, Haikus is pronounced as what, please? Please, drop the pronunciation. It can be hard to know where to begin. But fear not, poetry warriors. Here are some tips to help you navigate the world of verse and unlock its full potential. Start simple. Begin with poems that resonate with your interests or experiences. Read works by contemporary poets or explore classic poems with accessible language. Don't like you start in the beginning, go and read one guy Shakespeare poem. Thou hast runneth through the water, and under the stream hast thou teared my voice, which is full of sorrow, as I hid under the panel of this disgust. It is an applaud of my shadow that I am hidden from the light. No, you just lost. So start with something simple. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't understand something, look it up, bro. Look it up. We are in the generation where you have all the tools. You have GPT, you have Gemini, you have Bing, you have AI in almost everything. Then you have Google, bro. You have Google, you have Chrome, you have Opera Mini. Look it up. You will see solutions. There are tons of online resources and poetry analysis websites that can help you decipher meaning. Then read aloud. Hearing the rhythm and cadence of a poem can significantly enhance your understanding and appreciation, especially poems that have rhymes. I do not read poems that have rhymes inside my head. I read them out loud. You have to do that so you can get like the meaning. The rhyme actually has a way it hits the emotional sequence of the poem, so it's really important that not too loud that everyone in the room will know you're reading. You just voice it out. Explore different styles. Branch out from your comfort zone and try a variety of poetic styles. And I know I said start simple, but eventually you have to start branching out so you can know where you belong. And you might discover a hidden gem you never knew you'd love. Join a poetry club. Surround yourself with other poetry enthusiasts, and it's a great way to learn, discuss, and share your love for that form. Too bad that I wasn't able to do this, but in my school, I wanted to make a faction out of my literary and debate club in my school for poetry, and I knew that if I could do that, I could harness the talents of a lot of juniors, because we have a lot of talented juniors that loved poetry at that time, but I just didn't have the time, and I was too busy with my finals and everything. So yes, I didn't have the time. Now that you're armed with some tips, let's explore some resources to fuel your poetry journey. So websites, you can go to the Poetry Foundation, Academy of American Poets, and Poetry International. They offer a lot of wealthy poems, articles, and educational resources. Then, of course, podcasts and audiobooks. Several amazing podcasts like the Poetry Foundation podcast. You can go and check that out. So, like I said, it is one of humanity's oldest art forms. From ancient Sumerian epics to modern slam poetry scene. It's a way to express emotion and tell stories and capture the essence of human existence. It transcends culture and language, connecting us through shared themes of love, loss, hope, and the beauty of the world around us. Did you know a study published in the Journal of Positive Psychology found that reading a poem can actually increase feelings of empathy and compassion, like I said before? That is actually pretty good. It is pretty good. Now, poetry isn't just about a flowery language. It's a symphony of language where rhyme, rhythm, and imagery come together to create a powerful effect. Think about the way a perfectly placed metaphor can illuminate a complex idea, or how the layout of a sonnet can evoke a sense of longing. It's like a puzzle for your mind, where you have to piece together fragments of meaning to grasp the full picture. You know? And poetry is amazing, guys. Poetry is just one of those things that can okay. And also we have poetry apps, so you can download apps like Poetry Daily or Button Poetry for created poems and spoken word pieces on the go. So guys, before I end this, I'm going to just read one of my poems. I don't really have a name for it yet, but you guys should tell me how it sounds. Okay. Are we just unmarked entities, lost, hopeless, and frivolous, running, ruined, and rampage, cringe without an identity? That's the first paragraph. Okay. What is the light so bright that we run from? Our past, future, our reflection. Hard to bear, so we take flight, deflect and diffract in a new direction. Lost souls afraid to be found, falling into a dark hole, entering into the abyss and letting go. With shame, regret, and hurt, we were crowned. Those mistakes we can't own that drown us, they sting and bite when we remember, but they make us. We cry, tears roll down our eyes, it's hard to forget what broke us. If suicide is the only option, should it be? If we are meant to end, why force it? The world goes on whether we're there or not. But then, we'll stare at God's light and face His wrath. We still don't know what we are because we are trying to belong. Amongst these people, we always feel wrong. An endless pain fueled by guilt, a raging fire. As you drown in the trench of deep waters, it's hard to respire. What is better, at the depths of the lagoon or the steep abyss? The end of us would finally bless. Why were we born? Given a life where we went asked permission into, only to fail a million times and not being able to redo. I faced my fears once, decided to stand and plant my seeds, but when I thought I grew and stretched my roots, my nutrients were caught by weeds. Is this life leads? Or is the world moving too fast and I like speed? Will I hide at the back of my overbrooding personnel forever? I'm waiting and counting the days till never. I'll try and find another song, another reason, another day, another life in me, but I might have used up all I need. By Rhian. Thank you guys for listening to the poem. I don't know what I was doing. I was just rambling on paper like I usually do. I actually have a lot of poems. If you guys want more poem reading sessions, you guys just let me know. Like I said, there's a voice message app option and yes, please do that. Okay guys, in the description of this I'm going to leave the link to my blog and the name of my blog. I have a blog though guys where I talk about both my work as an environmentalist and other things in my life, especially some good write-ups and poems too, so you guys should go check out my blog. And also I also want to advocate for my youth organization IFLI. You know that IFLI is one of my babies, and IFLI is an organization I formed early last year, and we've been going so far with it ever since. It's about teenagers coming together to solve the world's pressing problems. And nationally, right now in Nigeria, if you're a Nigerian teenager listening to this, applications are open, so you could just go on Google, on Instagram, and check Youthfully, or Twitter, and check Youthfully, and you will see what we are doing, the good we are doing so far, and how it has come through. Actually, most of my podcasts, like Go Green, is sponsored by Youthfully, so you can see what we are doing so far. We're doing cleanups, making campaigns, sponsoring broadcast channels, and partnering with different organizations to make the world a better place. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Thank you so much for listening to my poem. Please rate it. Not that I made some mistakes saying it, but please rate it. Thank you, and I will do more fun videos. I hope you like this literature video explaining what poetry is. And like I said, you guys go get started. Pick up an anthology today and just give it a chance, and I promise you will never remain the same. Literature is life. It's a form of art that no matter what happens, we can always fall back to for a new experience and a new view of things. Thank you so much for listening to this. This is Rhian saying, go pick a book. Have a lovely day. Thanks for tuning in to Go Green. This episode was brought to you by Youthfully, where age is just a number and energy is internal. Ready to join a community that celebrates youthfulness in spirit? Connect with us on social media at youth.fully and become a member today. Embrace vitality, embrace youthfully. See you on the youthful side. Hashtag stay youthful, hashtag embrace energy.